A literal change of perspective is a very simple tool that is great when you're just running out of steam. When no matter what somebody asks you, it's always the same answer, right? And it's like, what about this? And you're like, purple. What about this? Purple. What about this? Purple. It's like, okay, maybe we got to shake things up. And so, literally changing your perspective is a great way to do that. This one is very easy. Literally change your perspective. And what I mean by that is, so here I am sitting in this chair, and this is my desk. I have my desk. I have things on the wall in front of me. I have a window here or a window here. Like, all of this is familiar. And what that means is same neural patterns, right? Same loop, same loop. And so literally go somewhere where you see what has been normal for you in a completely different way. So get up, but don't just get up. Like, stand in the corner. Right? When is the last time you stood all the way back in the corner? Press your back into the corner so that you're getting different neural inputs from the back, right? You've got a sharp corner in your shoulder blade. When has that happened before? Maybe even a tiny little bit of pain. This is how you sort of shift what you're starting to think about. Or go and sit on the floor, right? When's the last time you sat on the floor and looked at your desk from eye level? Looked at the chairs from this level? When's the last time you saw the bottom of the chair? These are all things that are going to shift you. You look up at the ceiling, you look at the lights, you look at your art from a different way, you look out the window from a different perspective. All of this is going to create new and different neural pathways, right? If you really want to get into it, get under the desk, right? Literally, get under the table. And you just sort of think about it. When is the last time you were actually under a table? It was probably when you were a kid. Or maybe you tried to fix a wobble on a table, but you didn't spend any time down here. To actually get under the table, to look up at the connection between the leaves, to look up at the legs and the supports, and to just see something you don't ordinarily see, to see it from a perspective you don't ordinarily see it from. This is going to spark completely different patterns in your brain, which is going to spark completely different ways of thinking. Adrenaline junkies do this all the time, right? People who go base jumping off of cliffs, or people who wear the flying squirrel suits and go shooting down canyons like that, right? That's an experience. Literally flying before you open your parachute is a completely different way of doing that. Burning Man is a great example of a festival that does that in a very different way. Different from a typical musical festival. It's a place where you don't know what's going to happen. It's going to spark your brain in a completely different way. So those are ways that people go very extreme at doing things like this. Right? It's not just get under the desk and voila, you see the way forward. You have to get under the desk and look at the desk. Look at the joiners between the different parts of the wood. Look at the screws. Look at the way that the parts that hold the leaves together are operating. These are things you just don't ordinarily look at, and really look at them, really see them, really think about them. At this point, if you start to space out, that's good, because again, when you space out, you're accessing that default network. But you're accessing it because you've looked at something brand new. And that's important, to take the time to really let the brand new thing in so that it sparks the network in a different way. Very creative people do things like this all the time. They're not afraid of looking foolish. They're not afraid of what other people are going to think. They're busy being curious. They're busy trying to learn something new, to see something new. And that's why changing your perspective can be so powerful, because it creates new neural loops.